Guys, a former scout of West Ham has given an update concerning Mohammed Kudus' transfer. He explained why big teams like Arsenal and co are not pushing to sign Mohammed Kudus. I'm going to explain to you what he said in that particular interview. We're also going to talk about Antoine Semenyo and what he had to say about Bournemouth playing in Europe next season. Also, Otto Addo is visiting a lot of players, and I'm going to tell you the reason behind his visit to Thomas Partey and Alexander Djiku. We're also going to talk about Black Star defender Joseph Aidoo and the new club he has signed for, amongst many others. But before we jump into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching SportsCornerGH. Quickly, let's jump into it and begin with Mohammed Kudus. Now, according to Mick Brown, a former scout of West Ham, he left when David Moyes was leaving. He says that Mohammed Kudus is because of his performances now. That is why a lot of clubs like Arsenal, Liverpool have delayed their interest in the player. Now, this is what he said exactly. I'm going to read it out. He says that Mohammed Kudus must step up his performances for West Ham if he wants to secure a move away. He also added that clubs are uncertain about signing the winger based on his inconsistent display. Then lastly, he says that when West Ham are not performing well and Mohammed Kudus is not performing well, a lot of clubs are losing interest because they want to see him perform consistently. Now, Mohammed Kudus himself wants to secure a move away from West Ham if they are not able to get European qualification at the end of the season. So, I mean, this is coming from someone who already knows Mohammed Kudus, knows the club, and scouts speak to other scouts. So he knows whatever is happening at Arsenal, and this is what he's telling football insiders about Mohammed Kudus, saying that, see, if Mohammed Kudus wants to secure a move to any big club this season, he needs to be consistent with his performance. Yes, West Ham as a team, they are going through a rough patch, but then Mohammed Kudus, they want to see something else from him. It's like this season, things are not really going on well. And this is coming from Mick Brown. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Now, moving away from that, let's talk about Mohammed Kudus and what he had to say about Graham Potter in an interview, saying that Graham Potter is a new coach, but then he demands a lot. I'm going to read exactly what he told Sky Sports, saying that Graham Potter has only been here for a short period, but we can feel the energy as players. For me, it was the same with the old manager. They expect a lot, and the challenging part is replicating what he wants me to do in his system. I know we don't have time, but this stuff takes time. Then he added that the fans expect points straight away and we have to get the wins. But settling into a new way of playing takes time. And this is coming from Mohammed Kudus, talking about him playing under Graham Potter, the new style, and what the fans expect. He says it will take time. But then Mohammed Kudus, the truth of the matter is we don't have time. We are way past the first part of the season. Even you are now beginning the second part. So Mohammed Kudus, we need you to start performing now. Yes, you have a new coach, but we know you can get it done. You can adapt. So this is coming from Mohammed Kudus in an interview with Sky Sports, explaining how it is playing under Graham Potter and what the manager expects from them, what the fans as well expect from them. He says it will take time. Now let's move away from Mohammed Kudus and talk about Otto Addo's visit. Now, Otto Addo has paid a courtesy call to Thomas Partey and also Alexander Djiku, but then both visits had different reason behind it. I'm going to explain to you why. For Thomas Partey, it is very simple. You see, yesterday after Arsenal played against Girona, he was there to watch the match, speak to Thomas Partey, speak to Mikel Arteta, explain things and iron things out. Let's all not forget, during the AFCON qualifiers, when Ghana played against Angola and Niger, Thomas Partey was not part of the squad. Apparently, what happened was Thomas Partey played a game before the players were supposed to arrive in Trincao. Now, Thomas Partey was part of the squad list. Only for Thomas Partey to say that he's not feeling well, he's sick, he can't play for the Black Stars. Arsenal sent a report that Thomas Partey is injured. Now, the Ghana doctors requested that Thomas Partey come to Ghana, so they checked themselves. But then the way the whole thing was handled, a lot of Ghanaians did not like it, and in fact, Otto Addo did not like it. So, when the opportunity came for Otto Addo to call Thomas Partey again, he decided not to call him. He told him that you are not coming. Yes, you are fit, but you will not come and play. That was the reason why Thomas Partey did not feature for the Black Stars in the last 2 games we played in the AFCON qualifiers. Now, it was as if there was a bad rift between Thomas Partey and Otto Addo. So, Otto Addo himself decided to go and see the player, at Arsenal, try to iron things out, because the most important game for these players is coming up in March, World Cup qualifiers. We are in a good standing, but then Otto Addo needs to iron things out because his job is also on the line. So that's the reason why he went to see Thomas Partey. For Alexander Djiku, let me explain to you what happened with Alexander Djiku. Alexander Djiku arrived in team complete. When Alexander Djiku arrived in team complete, initially he was supposed to be the captain of the Black Stars. But guess what? The captain was given to Mohammed Kudus, if you all remember what happened. Yes. And it was as if there was a rift between Alexander Djiku and also Otto Addo. So Otto Addo also went to visit Alexander Djiku in Turkey to iron things out, to say that, see, bro, I did what I had to do, but right now we have work to do. We have World Cup qualifiers to play. And please, I will need you in March. Iron things out, dispatch everything. I mean, the players are now on the same, understanding with the coach. And guys, this is the reason why Otto Addo went to visit these 2 players. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. We just hope that they come in March, play this World Cup qualifiers, because we need to go to the World Cup. AFCON, we are not going, but then we need to go to the World Cup. As simple as that. Now, let's move away from that and talk about Joseph Aidoo. Joseph Aidoo has secured a move to Real Valladolid in the Spanish La Liga on loan till the end of the season from Celta Vigo. Now, he joined Celta Vigo in 2019 and played a total of 131 games for them. And I mean, this player was a key player for them. Immediately he got signed to the club. But then the thing was that when Ghana played again in United States of America, a friendly game, he picked up an injury, and that was it. That was the beginning of his problem. After he picked up that injury and recovered, his position was taken over by another player. He was getting less game minutes at Celta Vigo. Even though he tried to, fight for his position, it was not working. And you see, these players, they want to return back to the Black Stars. They know there is something, around the corner, World Cup. So most of them want to get playing time, game time with their clubs or somewhere else. And, this particular loan offers Joseph Aidoo that fresh start to go and start somewhere, get some game minutes, get some form back, and probably, who knows, he could get his way back into the Black Stars. But guys, Joseph Aidoo to Real Valladolid on loan is done. And today, he held his first training session with the team. You can see all the videos live here on your screen. And guys, that is with Joseph Aidoo. Now, let's move away from Joseph Aidoo and talk about Antoine Semenyo. Now, in an interview with BBC, Semenyo explained what is going to happen if Bournemouth goes to Europe next season. Let me tell you something about Bournemouth. 11 games unbeaten. 11 games unbeaten this season. 7 wins, 4 draws. In the EPL, they are having one of the best teams currently in the EPL. Semenyo has played an important role for them getting to where they are. Now, when BBC asked him, are you thinking about, Bournemouth going to Europe next season, and all of those things? This is what Semenyo said. Definitely, we do. We want to play in Europe. We definitely look at the table and think that there is a chance to play in Europe. But then again, you don't want to put that kind of pressure on the team, like what the gaffer said. He says that at any moment we could lose the game and things start falling down. So we just want to take the game one after the other. And this is coming from Antoine Semenyo. Answering the question of Bournemouth playing in Europe next season. He says game after game, you push, relax for the team. They don't want to put pressure on the team that, hey, Chichina, they have to be in top 6 or top 4. But then from what Antoine Semenyo is saying, the team, they believe they have a chance of playing in Europe next season. 11 games unbeaten. That is really, really good for Bournemouth. Now, let me just end today's video with the Black Stars. Do we have a new technical team? In fact, a revamped technical team. Some old, members from the old technical team are still part of the new one. The likes of Aminu Shado, team manager, he's still there. John Pencil, assistant coach, is still there. We also have Otto Addo, goalkeeper's trainer, he's still there. But then, you see this, the only thing I'm happy about is that they brought a psychologist to the team, because these players mentally needs one. 2, they brought in Desmond Ofe. See, honestly, I think this is the biggest positive, takeaway. You can look at this thing and you say, like, okay, Desmond Ofe being here is the biggest takeaway. To me, very positive. This is what I want to see. Let's promote some of our coaches from the junior national team to the senior national team. Good. But then the talking point has to do with the technical director. Yes, Winfried, schafer. Now, Winfried Schafer definitely is a big-time coach with huge experiences than Otto Addo. He's going to work hand-in-hand with Otto Addo. Apparently, he has experience. He has won the AFCON in 2002 with Cameroon. He has managed about 948 games and has a win percentage of 42.19%, has won 8 trophies during his managerial career. He has coached teams like Thailand, Jamaica, and to me, I believe, he's a good addition to the Black Star technical team. Now, people are complaining about the money he's receiving, $65,000. To me, I don't care how much he receives. Just get the job done. You see, Ghana and Kasabo, our ears is hard. This, in fact, looking at the criteria we wanted for a coach, it should have been Winfried Schafer being the coach of the Black Stars. But we decided to go in for an inexperienced coach. So we are suffering the effect of it. So now we have brought in a coach that we were supposed to take initially. And now that coach is now the technical director. He's going to win hand in hand with Otto Addo. Let's not forget, same thing was done for Chris Hughton. And then eventually, Chris Hughton became the coach of the Black Stars. I don't know if they're going to repeat the same cycle again. But then, GFA, we will watch you with 2 eyes. We are looking at you guys. Let's see what you do. Whether you do something different with this new technical team, or you continue doing the same thing over and over and again and expecting a different result. With this technical team, I don't really care how much they are being paid. Just get us to the World Cup. As simple as that. When you get us to the World Cup, no one will complain about the money you are taking. But you see, when you don't go, then we start looking for reasons why you did not qualify, and then the money issue becomes a problem for us. So guys, this is where I end it. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.